Good day, my wonderful people. Welcome back again. And this time around, it has to do with Kenya. Kenya's capital city, Nairobi, turned into a battlefield of chants, tear gas, and angry protesters as thousands gathered in the streets during the high-profile Africa Forward Summit, co-hosted by Kenya President William Ruto and French President Emmanuel Macron. Initially, what was supposed to be a diplomatic gathering quickly became a major political confrontation after protesters accused France of neo-colonial influence in Africa and blamed the Kenyan government for ignoring the suffering of ordinary citizens. Or more Kenyan citizens took to streets because there was supposed to be a summit which was hosted by the Kenyan president and the France. But the summit turned into something else. And the funniest thing, the police were not holding back. There was tight security to block and arrest several protesters, people that came out to protest peacefully. So most of them were apprehended, some of them were arrested. But what exactly caused this protest? Why are Kenyan youth suddenly angry at France? And why is President Ruto facing increasing pressure at home? This story is deeper than many people think. There is more to it because this time around it has to do with the youth. It has to do with the fresh blood of the country. They took to the streets and they were not happy about the way things are going. Now, when the protest began during the African Forward Summit held in Nairobi, where African leaders, foreign investors, and international delegates gathered to discuss trade, security, and economic cooperation between Africa and Europe. However, many activists and youth groups believe the summit represented continual foreign control over African resources and politics. So they felt that there is more to it. This is not just an ordinary summit. They felt that the Europeans are gaining more control. They are constantly controlling the resources of Africa. And to this time, this particular time, they are really fed of it. They are not really happy. So that's why they took to street. Like they are really against the summit. They are not happy about the summit. So that's why they came out in mass to protest on the very day of the summit. They were like it was something else. They came out in mass number. A coalition of students, Pan-African activists, and civil society organizations organized what they called a counter-summit process and protest. Their message was clear and simple. Africa must stop depending on foreign powers. Many protesters, specifically Tegesta friends, accusing the country of maintaining economic and political influence across Africa, even decades after colonial rule officially ended, even though while they are still they are no more controlling Africa, they are no more ruling Africa, but they are still somehow in control, even though when they have gone they have getting independent, they are in one way or the other still controlling Africa. Some demonstrators carried banners saying, France, hand off Africa. France, enough. Africa is not for sale. Some are even saying, stop economic colonization. The anger was not only about France. A lot of Kenyans also used the protest to express frustration against their own government. So because protests will not just start a day, there must be something that must have led to it. Just the way there is no smoke without a fire. Something must have led to it because something must have been happening behind the scene or at the background that led to this high state of protest. Not just anyhow protest. It was even done like the day of the summit where foreign leaders are meeting together. So for more time, many Kenyans have complained about the rising cost of living under President William Ruto's administration. Fuel price have increased, food price remain high, tax have even become heavier, and unemployment among young people continue to rise. Many Kenyan youth believe the government is focusing too much on international partnership while ordinary citizens struggle to survive. Critics also accuse the government of prioritizing foreign investors over local business and workers. They all believe that the government choose more or they are more concerned on foreign partnership than the welfare of the common citizen, which should be the priority of every administration, that the government are focusing on international investors, trying to be in partnership with the Europeans. But why the citizens, why the people they are ruling are suffering on a daily basis? They are suffering on high rise of cost of living. They are suffering on high tax. Tax are being heavy on them. There's a lot of things going, even unemployment. The youth, the future of the countries are suffering for unemployment. They can't even find a decent job to do. So that's one of the major issues before this protest they have been facing for months now. So as protesters march toward the summit venue near the Kenyatta International Convention Center, heavily armed police officers moved to stop them. Definitely, the security men were fully on guard because these are all high profile men gathering. So there are a lot of security trying to stop them, trying to hold them back for gaining entrance. So videos circulating online show crowd running through Nairobi street while some are shouting, some are carrying placards, some are saying chanting one word or the other. But the atmosphere of everything shows that they are not happy. So what happened in Nairobi is not just about Kenya. It represents a growing debate happening across the continent. Should African countries continue relying heavily on Western powers for economic partnership, or should Africa focus more on self-reliance and regional unity? What do you guys think? Because it's really getting out of hand. The government choose to focus more on international deal than the citizens. So what do you guys really think? Do you think the protesters were justified, or did the demonstration go too far? So tell me what you think on the comment section, and see you in my next video. Thanks for watching.